What's up guys, Random Racer here with a random product review video to share with you guys today. And today we're going to check out an extension ladder from Little Giant. So long story short, I'm finding that my 8-foot aluminum step ladder here doesn't always reach every single spot that I need to, especially when some places are 11 feet high. So I figured it's time to get a decent extension ladder that would probably come in handy, especially in emergencies if something was on the roof or something like that. But extension ladder, certainly a very handy thing to have. So this one here, as I mentioned, is from a brand called Little Giant. This is the model number here, 17916-303. It's their HYPERLITE series, 16 feet, CSA grade, 375-pound rating, and fiberglass extension ladder with ground queue and sure set feet. Now, out of all things to unbox, yes, this ladder comes in some packaging. Some retailers take it all out for you. I'm glad this one didn't. That way it makes it easier to transport the ladder back home without damaging the ladder or your vehicle. And yeah, it's all packaged up, so let's unbox it. All right, so pretty easy thing to unbox. We'll just cut the straps off, and the box portion should just slide off. All right, so I do have the ladder set up here. I would not advise doing this in the rain. But anyways, this is what it looks like when it's fully extended. 16 feet, it's technically not 16 feet in height because there's actually 3 feet of ladder that needs to be, I guess, below the bottom frame for it to be stable. But I just needed to clean the eaves trough, so it looks like we're barely just enough for the eaves trough on this household here. Anyway, so a quick overview of this ladder. First off, you'll notice that it's green. Little Giant, its main color, of course, is green. Green is nice because it's visible, it's vibrant, and people walking around you will certainly notice this big green ladder. So on the bottom here, we have these thick metal legs. They do have a very nice rubber grip on it, as well as the spiked grip, so that if you're on like ground like this, you can actually flip it over and it'll kind of spike itself into the ground. And then above that, so this is a feature that I believe is only available on the 375-pound model extension ladders, and that is this sure step technology. Nothing too revolutionary, but basically when you step on it, it makes a snapping sound. And the idea behind that is, I'm sure many of you guys who use a ladder of any kind, maybe you thought you were at the very last step or close to it, and you got off your ladder only to realize that you're actually higher than you were off the ground and almost fall. Happened to me a couple times on step ladders, but this step here is designed to ensure that you have some sort of audible noise to let you know you're at the very last step on the ladder. That's a pretty well-built feature. It is made of aluminum, just like the rest of the steps here. It's orange too, to let you know that it is the bottom step. And you can see here, it's a very thick, well-made mechanism. So it's not something that's a gimmick or break easily. It's something that's certainly going to last the lifetime of the ladder. Now below that, we also have this bubble level here. You can see I'm just about level on my particular circumstance, but this is a nice idea. It's a very simple measurement tool to let you know that your ladder is relatively level without having to eyeball it. And in addition to that, there's also another level right here on the side to let you know that you're on an ideal angle. So angle is probably a little bit harder to tell when you're setting up a ladder, when you're eyeballing it. But this is a nice tool to let you know that you're not too narrow, you're not too wide, you're at just the right level to ensure that the ladder is going to be stable when you go up and down it. All right, next up we got the steps here. So these steps, traditionally they're like oval shaped, but Little Giant uses this kind of triangle shape, which you can kind of see there. Triangles are also a very strong shape, but the biggest thing or biggest advantage with that is that you have a nice flat top. So rather than a curved edge, which most ladders have like a circular or oval shaped step, because there's a triangle, we can have a nice flat edge to give you better grip when your feet are on it. Now, in addition to the triangle shape, they're also riveted in place. So you can see on the sides here, 1, 2, 3 on each side, giving you a total of 6 rivets holding each of these steps in place. So you can ensure that they're not going to break on you anytime soon. All right, let's move up the ladder a little bit. So you can see here, these are the clamps that lock each step in place, whichever height that you want it. Very nicely made, thick metal material. I'm not sure if they're made of aluminum or not, but they're definitely some sort of a solid alloy metal. and they don't look like something that's gonna break anytime soon either. And a couple more things. So while we're climbing up this ladder, nice thing about fiberglass, especially this 375 pound model, very, very stable. Doesn't feel wobbly, doesn't feel wiggly, and very, very stable, unlike aluminum ladders, which is one of the reasons why I opted for fiberglass. We do have these black metal glides here. So these are for when you're sliding the ladder up and down, that the bottom frame doesn't, the bottom frame of the fiberglass doesn't have to rub against the top frame of the fiberglass. It can just rub against this softer plastic material. And it goes pretty much all the way to the top. You can see here, very, very, very stable ladder. Overall, guys, Little Giant clearly makes a good quality ladder that has extra features that sets them apart from other brands. They're also the lightest fiberglass ladders on the market as well, especially when you get into the longer versions being several pounds lighter than competitors. That being said, if you're looking for the lightest weight possible, they are still heavier than aluminum ladders. For homeowners, this ladder is a bit overkill, but if you want something as stable as possible, you can't go wrong. Contractors who need a ladder on a day-to-day usage will appreciate the quality and sturdiness of this ladder, as well as the extra features like the bubble levels and the sure step bottom step. In conclusion, if you're looking for the lightest and well-built fiberglass ladder that you can find, you definitely can't go wrong with Little Giant. Any questions or comments about this ladder, ask her in the comment section there down below. Hit that like button, as always helps me out, and I'll see you all in the next video.